In Dakar, capital of Senegal, our observers are dedicated to helping young people, their education, their role in the environment, and their employment. In this edition of the Observers Direct, they show us what they do. It's the westernmost city in Africa, capital of a country with strong economic growth that sees itself as a leader on the continent. Fast-growing Dakar is a city of young people. In Senegal, more than half the population is under the age of 20. It's these young people who will take Senegal into the future and will have to take on the challenges facing them in education, the environment, and employment. Our three observers are helping them. Abdou Touré, an urban farmer, Mandiaye Petit Badji, who hosts a radio show, and Mamadou Diakate, a teacher.
Hi guys, we have 3 classrooms to redo today. We'll start with this one. The usual routine, we'll start out by scraping to see where the problems are. Ali will mix the paint so we can get going. Let's go. Get to work.
Mamadou, who's known as Junior, is a teacher, but he spends much of his free time in the classrooms too, working with his team of volunteers to renovate Dakar schools that have fallen into disrepair, like this primary school in the city centre. The project got off the ground in 2020 when Mamadou decided to clean up a few local schools when they reopened after the first wave of COVID-19.
We realized that the schools we were cleaning needed proper renovation. I went back to my old elementary school, for instance, the school I attended back in 1995. They still had the same toilets. That evening I sent out a tweet asking a few friends to help me get together the materials we needed to renovate. The next day I had more than 250 retweets and a donor who was offering to finance the whole operation. Other schools got in touch asking us to help them too, and since then it hasn't stopped.
Mamadou started out with individual donations, making sure to be transparent about the group's finances by publishing the details on social media.
We mostly renovate the toilets and the lunchrooms. We don't do it just so it looks nice. We do it because it has an impact on the children's safety and comfort. We know that if a child is in a space that is comfortable and secure, he's going to learn well and become a successful adult. For me, the toilets are the most important place in the school. Many girls stay home when they get their period because the toilets at school aren't working. In the schools where we've renovated the toilets, the girls are getting ahead. They're studying well.
In 2 years, Mamadou and his team Ninche have had a real impact. They have raised more than 150,000 euros and been able to renovate 23 schools. Today, their work is sponsored by companies, like this cleaning service. Mamadou is very clear that neither he nor any of his volunteers takes any of the money. They get their reward in other ways.
Team Ninche is more than just an association. It's a family. We meet new people and learn new things. You can't always wait for the government to do everything, because they won't. So we do it ourselves.
In one day, Mamadou's team renovates the toilets and 3 classrooms. In 2020, they helped clean up classrooms at this high school in Dakar's Yoff neighborhood, just before the big 9th grade exams. The school's principal turned to Mamadou for help.
We wrote a lot of letters, but no one ever answered. The bureaucracy is very slow. I wrote the school inspector's office, and they contacted Mamadou.
Educational authorities asking for help from civilian volunteers. But there are limits to what the volunteers can do. 2 years on, the roofs they put in are already suffering from erosion. The ocean is nearby, and in the classrooms they couldn't get to, things are even worse.
You can see the sky during class. There's no security here, no comfort. Buildings like this need to be pulled down and rebuilt.
The country's education minister tells us new schools are built every year. He says that Senegal's rapid population growth makes things complicated.
We have nearly 450,000 new students joining our schools in first grade every year. With 30 students to a classroom, you can see the problem. Imagine how many classrooms you need for all those students. The number of teachers, the number of textbooks. There are things we just cannot do in a system that can be slow to react, where there are procedures to follow.
It's frustrating, but at the same time motivating. The government can't do everything, so we do what we can for our community and for the good of the country. We hope our work is planting a seed that it will spread and motivate other people like us elsewhere in Senegal and across Africa.
Hey guys, make sure you look everywhere. Don't leave anything. This is serious work. Even the tiniest pieces can pollute. We have to take it all out.
Et nous sommes obligés de le faire parce que buñ ko deful ndoxu taw yi bu tawé suñu égout yëpp day fat donc moo tax ñu koy dindi. C'est pas normal. C'est pas normal du tout. Ben hygiène man xamuñu dara ci santé man ça m'énerve.
My name is Abdou Touré. I'm the founder of the Green Neighborhood Challenge. Today is World Environment Day, and I've gotten together kids from the local school for an initiation into a neighborhood clean-up and green-up activity. You put the roots in the soil in the middle, then pack in the sand. There you go.
In his neighborhood Zak Mbao, Abdou Touré is the go-to person for all things environment. In 2019, he launched a hashtag designed to give a boost to ecologically responsible initiatives in a city with major trash and pollution problems. In Dakar, air pollution levels are 2.5 times higher than World Health Organization guidelines.
The Green Neighborhood Challenge was born right here in front of my house. One day I realized how much trash was lying around. I decided to put my phone on a tripod, then film the cleanup in time-lapse. I put it on social media to encourage people to take responsibility for their own surroundings.
Abdou Touré has persuaded his neighbors, even the youngest ones, to have the right reflexes. His street is one of the cleanest and greenest in Dakar.
That's the key thing, that everyone takes responsibility for their little part of the city. I'm optimistic. I think that in 25 or 30 years' time, Dakar will be a green city with clean streets. Environmental responsibility isn't just a Western thing.
But our observer's biggest impact has been online. His Green Neighborhood Challenge has been picked up in more than 15 African countries. It's not just his street, but his roof garden that gets all the likes.
I grow vegetables and herbs, lettuce, spices. It's good ecologically to have an atmosphere that's ventilated, healthy and refreshing. If half the homes in Dakar had a green balcony or a green roof, it would be amazing. It's a way of regenerating the ecosystem. It would bring bees in and birds. It would create new types of interactions between animals and insects. I posted pretty pictures of my roof garden. And lots of people asked if they could use the Green Neighborhood Challenge in their country. In Ivory Coast, Chad, Togo, Ghana, the Comoros. Young people have taken the hashtag and made it their own. In Mauritania, they do a lot of sessions in schools promoting reforestation. In Ivory Coast, they focus on cleaning up plastic waste. We share information among the 15 member countries. Every country has its own ambassador. There's a special group called Green Neighborhood Senegal. We do this kind of thing to keep ourselves motivated. We know we can't expect much from the government. People can do what they want with the hashtag, but they must be doing something positive for their community.
For World Environment Day, Abdou's being followed by a radio show that has thousands of listeners across Senegal. Parole aux jeunes, let the kids talk. The host is none other than our third observer, Mandiaye Petit Badji.
Hello, Mr. Mondiaye.
Hi, it's my buddy Abdou. How are you?
How are you?
It's World Environment Day.
Yes.
We have lots of people today, teenagers, some kids even. Let the Kids Talk is having a debate today. It's World Environment Day, and we're going to be talking about how kids can get involved in helping the environment. What have you learned today?
We can all clean up our neighbourhoods. Here in Senegal, when I buy something, I eat it and then I throw it away.
Hey, that is not okay. This is not okay. I can't hear you.
Mandiai's show has been on the air since 2011. He crisscrosses the country talking to young people about topics like sexual health and violence. It is broadcast on community radio stations and a well-known private station. This summer, Mandiai is planning to bring together 100 young people who are active in agriculture, like Bokar, who has taken over a farm an hour outside Dakar.
We want to get more young people inspired by the idea of working in the agriculture sector.
Bokar is an agricultural engineer. He has used his training to increase output. The farm is now producing 10 months out of the year, compared with 3 months before. He's growing plants like onions and papaya, crops that create new opportunities for the region's young people.
I employ young people from my neighbourhood. When there are school strikes going on or during the school holidays, they come and work on the farm. I pay them a daily rate. It helps them buy books for schools and daily necessities.
I believe that agriculture is the only sector that can provide the jobs we so desperately need in Africa, and especially in Senegal. The government should do all it can to develop the agricultural sector and make young people realize the real potential it offers for giving them jobs.
In the same way that Mandiai Petit Badji is trying to help young farmers like Bokar, Mamadou has steered volunteers in his school renovation projects toward training programs in the building sector. And Abdou Touré's roof garden is inspiring young entrepreneurs to set up urban farms themselves. In a country with chronic youth unemployment, 3 initiatives that are helping young people join the economy.